Okay, so it says, why then Prophet Muhammad was considered truthful before the prophecy? Once the prophecy started, everyone started to hate him. Why don't they talk about his character before the age 40? It is a lot of time to show your true colors. Okay, so this actually is a pro Muhammad tweet, right? So that's the point. He was considered truthful and was chaste. He remained truthful and chaste his entire life. Oh, okay, so I should add this comment. I thought this guy was a negative comment, actually. I should say good point. Okay. I think by mistake I thought he was a non-Muslim comment criticizing, but I actually just misunderstood. Okay, so I made a mistake. I didn't. Other religions, were formed by questioning the bad parts of scriptures, priests, and elites. Are reformed. Oh, well, Islam doesn't have to be reformed because it's already perfect. Okay, it's only Muslims today who threaten humanity. Oh, sure, that's why in Israel you have them killing innocent people, but it's only Muslims who are threatening everybody, right? Threatening Jews and Christians. Yeah, these people are just hateful, you know. Threatening Jews and Christians, idiot. You're stupid. Muslims are allowed to use al-taqiyya for all sorts of reasons. Sure they are. Disputes between couples. Yeah, okay. A wife can lie to her husband. We don't call it taqiyya. You call it being kind. Okay? There's no such thing as taqiyya in Arabic. Okay? I think that's a Shia expression. It's a Shia word or a Persian word. I don't think it's even Arabic. Okay, so in a hadith it says spouses are allowed to, tell white lies, right? Um, it doesn't actually say white lies, but that's what it means. I'm translating loosely. So you can tell your husband, oh, you look so nice, honey. I just love the way that thobe looks on you. Even if, he bought a new thobe and you think, oh, it doesn't really look great on him, the color doesn't really suit him. But you could lie, okay? Or you could tell him the truth and maybe he'll just give the thobe to someone else. Okay, so it's up to you. What do you think he wants to hear, right? That's just being kind to your spouse. That doesn't harm anyone, okay? Um, Under taqiyya, Muslims are allowed to disguise their feelings in a land where they are a minority. Well, anybody can disguise their feelings in a land where they are a minority. Christians here don't have to tell us, I hate your guts. I think Islam is stupid. I think Islam is violent. How is that going to maintain peace, especially if you're living in a minority? You're a minority in a country where people believe something else from what you believe, right? Something different. Okay, but once they have the upper hand, oh, whatever. 4735. So I should have to look up 4735, but whatever. Robert Spencer regularly exposes Nike using your own sources. Robert Spencer's a laugh, okay? He's a liar. He said that the Muslims were living the Christians were living amongst the Muslims, or the Muslims were living amongst them, and then the Muslims attacked the poor innocent Christians. He doesn't say. He even mentions in the video. That was a debate with Nadir Ahmed, okay, an old debate. He says Muslims were living amongst them, or they were living amongst the Muslims. That was actually the Byzantine Empire. They had a garrison city very close to or not too far away from the Muslims, okay, from the great Islamic empire. And yet Spencer claims that the Christians didn't even know that the Muslim empire was next door. So that was his first lie. The second lie is that he used the word amongst instead of adjacent to, which is what the hadith actually says. The garrison city, and we know what garrison means, right? A garrison city basically means armed or trained people trained warriors, trained fighters, an army. That's what a garrison city is. So they're not innocent, helpless Christians. Okay, so that was the second lie. And Spencer's just full of it. Okay, rape is not allowed in Islam. That's another thing he continually lies about. Okay, a woman could be sold for a hair rope if she doesn't want to be with the person she's with as a slave woman in those days, which was permitted by every culture on earth probably. Okay, it was only much later that some individuals, according to one story I've heard, a film I watched, Genghis Khan or one of his children, I think it was Genghis Khan, he defended women and said they should not be raped. Okay, so he was one of the supposedly he was one of the first leaders to prevent rape of women. But Muhammad Sallallahu also did not permit rape. Okay, rape is against Islamic teachings. Okay, and bring a hadith that shows clearly that any woman was actually raped, that she claimed that she was raped. Okay, bring a hadith like that. In those days, women used to do all kinds of things. Okay, and they could be divorced, they could be remarried. There was nothing against Islam. There's nothing in Islam that teaches that people should not be happy, okay, in their marriage or in their okay. So it says a woman's testimony is half of a man's. No, it's just that women don't have a good memory. Okay. So yeah, her testimony is half of a man's. So two women would testify, and so if you need four witnesses, it could be four men or two men and two women, and so on. But actually, a woman's testimony, you could have 50 women testify. Say there's a mass shooting, and you could have all the witnesses testify. You can have 100 witnesses testify if you want, okay, if that's necessary, right? So if you have 50 women and there was a mass massacre or something, you could have anybody testify. They have these tribunals or these what do you call it? Like in Rwanda or somewhere, you could have so many people testify. It's not like there's a limit to the number of women or men who can testify, right? So the more important something is a case, the more witnesses you want or need as required, you can have so many people testify. So that's not really an important issue, okay, as far as I'm concerned. It's only in the case of adultery that you need four witnesses, okay? That's clearly stated. The minimum requirement is four, okay, male witnesses, right? Quran doesn't copy the Bible at all. Bible and Quran are totally different, okay? Quran is on a completely different level, okay? It's truthful, and the Bible is just not very truthful, okay? A lot of nonsense in the Bible, okay? Not going to hate on Christians and stuff, but just saying my opinion, okay? Zakir is a master of deception with all his lies and charisma. Well, I said at least you think he has charisma, I was under the impression that this clown had been thoroughly discredited. Wrong. Okay. Next Muslim fed up by his life. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so one guy's fed up, we have to listen to his opinion. Okay. Find an unbiased opinion, okay? Okay, so I said, what woman was raped in hadiths? Your proof, please. Spencer already discredited, bro. Marrying is not rape. Man, even the women slaves are permitted to buy their freedom. They even married other men while they were slave women of another person with his permission. And a woman can only have one legal sex partner. A slave male or female only needs their master's permission to marry, etc., etc. A female slave should be sold cheap if she commits zina, fornication. Women were promiscuous in those days too. It's only due to Islam that they learned good manners and not to hang ears and noses on their ankles as decorations. Yeah, exactly. Okay. You think these women were like, oh, please don't rape me? No, no. That's why you have the word no now, and people are like, does no mean no or it means yes? So they're still discussing women's rights, and if a woman means no when she says no. Okay, that's in modern times, and they're worried about some long dead female slaves, if they were raped or not. You know, they were not raped. Okay, that's my final say on that matter. I made a spelling mistake here somewhere. Okay, so women used to be quite loose. There was like 10 different kinds of marriage before Islam. And then Islam only permitted one kind of marriage, which is that a man and woman get married and they have a contract. Okay, so I edited that. Believe in God. Do not believe in a porn book. Oh, such an exaggeration.